Hi, my name is Katie O'Keefe, and this video is technically to go on my blog because I have been cataloging all of the things since surgery this year with my hip and my races and things. If you have never seen my blog or, I don't know, are randomly seeing this video, my name is Katie O'Keefe. I'm 21 years old, and this year I went from learning how to walk again after a massive hip injury to 2 days ago I ran my first full marathon. I'm going to start with I wanted to thank everyone, and I didn't know how to do it because I have a million people I want to thank. I tried making a list and making cards, but when I was making my list, I was on like the third page, and I realized there's no way my hand will die and it will fall off. So I'm going to thank you all as best I can here, and if I forget anyone, it is not because I'm not thankful for you, it is not because I don't love you, it is because you all know I have a terrible memory. If you don't know, here's the hint. I have a terrible memory. So here we go. First off, this is me 2 days after I got injured in my sophomore year of college. I was told by my physical therapist out there and like the first 4 or 5 doctors I saw that it was nothing, that I was kind of being a baby, that I might have torn one quad muscle or something. So that was me with my ice and everything. It turned out that 2 months later I found out I had torn 3 of my 4 quad muscles. I had torn my iliofemoral ligament, that ligament that holds your hip in place in front of you. It's huge. And I also fractured my femur. No one believed me out there. None of the medical professionals. They all said I was crazy, and they wouldn't really help me because I didn't have the right medical insurance. Note to anyone going to school in the Midwest, don't. If you're going to get hurt, at least. But by the time they all had found out after I came home I came back to school from Christmas, they found out what I had, and they said, oh, you'll never run again. You'll never walk again. If you're lucky, you'll get to be on a cane, and that's better than being in crutches in a wheelchair your whole life. So, I didn't take that, but thank you. So everyone, in high school, you lovely lady who my trainer told me not to do sports anymore, thank you, because it made me try out for college, because I was dead set on proving you wrong, and I made my track team, and thank you, my track team in my first year of college that said that I should probably stop because I had messed up ankles, and it ruined my ankles, because it made me try for soccer at my second college, and on the track team there too, got my scholarships there, and thank you, Mr. my coach, and the other people who thought that I was kind of wussing out and didn't believe me when I was telling the truth, because it made me and forced me to turn to God and believe in myself more, and it's made me who I am today. So thanks, because this girl is not that girl anymore. Thank you. I wanted to tell everyone, I'm not mad at those people. It wasn't their fault. They had never seen anything like this. But that getting hurt, that wasn't a mistake. What would have been a mistake if I gave up? Had I listened, had I decided that, yeah, that's probably right, I should probably stop now. That would have been a mistake, because God had a plan in all of this. And I got to do better things because of it. I got to come home and watch my little sister graduate. I got to coach an amazing group of ladies. I got to be the nanny that I am today to the most important people in the whole world to me. Molly and Mikey and Emmy, someday you'll see this. Aunt Katie loves you. And my whole world is better because I got to live with you and be your nanny these last 2 years. You're my people, my special little people, and I love you. I'm going to try to go faster this time. I want to thank Dr. Muller. Dr. Jacobs actually found him. Dr. Jacobs in California. Go to him if you're in California. But Dr. Muller is a doctor out here in Texas, and he was the only one that was like, I'll take a chance on this girl. I was this little brown-haired, blue-eyed girl with glasses who walked into his office, 20 years old, well, limped into his office at least, with some hip pain and no hope that anyone was going to be able to figure it out, but I really, really wanted someone to help. And he did. He believed in me. This man that works on the Cowboys, the Stars, everyone took a chance on this little thing that walked in and was persistent. But because of him, I met Dustin. Dustin, thank you so much. You are the personification of a mentor, a man that I value so much, a man in my life that if you weren't here, I would not walk. The first day after I went to PT, physical therapy, my very first time I met you, and I said, I am going to run a half marathon. And you said, okay. Neither of us really believed me, but we both decided that's something I was going to do. And you let me run or walk my first 1K, which, yes, I know you say later that was a terrible idea, but I finished. And because of that, that spurred me onto my half marathon, and then to 2 days ago, my marathon, which you told me I would finish. And at mile 19, I thought you were crazy, but at mile 26, and I just had 2 to go, I ran across that finish line knowing that you believed in me. So thank you forever. I'm a better person because of what you taught me. Thank you to Smalls, Molly. I have 2 Smalls, but Molly, you're my little girl Smalls, my little sister. The yin to my yang, the light to my dark, and the happy to my sarcasm. She was there the night of surgery. She drove out to me. She was there when I walked. She was there when I jogged. She was there with my first race, my first 1K, then 5K, then 10K, then half marathon, and that day she was with me on my first marathon, and I literally finished the race running into her arms. I called her like 5 times when I got hurt on mile 6, and then when I was hurt again, like mile 18, I was like, Molly, help me. She did. She was there when I finished, and then she carted me around for an hour afterwards. So Smalls, I love you. Mom, I will never be able to thank you enough for everything you've ever done for me. I'm sorry, being a wuss. Mom, you're the best in the whole world, and you're never gonna know how much you mean to me, and how you believing in me, and caring for me after everything. I always say this is the best year of my life. It is. It was not the easiest, and it was not the happiest. It was the hardest, and sometimes the most heartbreaking year of my life, but it was the best year of my life because you really became my best friend. I know we didn't always get along when I was in high school because I'm snappy and feisty, but you always supported me, and you always have. And in college, I learned how much I love you and respect you. And this year, I talked to you every single day, most of the time twice a day. And you lived with me for 4 months and in the same room with me. And I am not easy to love, and I never, ever forget that. But please never, ever think that I take that for granted, because you as a person are everything I want to be. Everything good inside of me, I know I got from you. The being the sarcastic way I am, the pushing everything too far, the pushing everything away. That's me, and that's the thing that balances out all the good I have from you. You are everything good about me. I'm proud to be the one that looks like you. I'm proud to be the one that gets to know you and gets to talk to you. You're an incredible mother of 8 children, and your kids are awesome. Like, I know that I'm crazy, and I know I'm your Nemo fish, but your kids are pretty great, and that was all with you and Dad. And your grandkids are awesome, too, and I like to think that that's also from you. So thanks, Mom. You're the best in the whole world. And getting to talk to you and having you listen as I cross the finish line, I will never forget that moment. I would like to also thank, I'm checking my time because I take a lot of time. I talk too much. I'm going to thank my family because, like I said, I have 7 brothers and sisters. So there's 8 of us and 2 awesome parents. So here's my list. I know it's backwards. I'm aware. But this is what I want to thank. This is my checklist for what I needed for my marathon. I needed my dad's prayers because he's a very prayerful man and a very strong man. And I'm really blessed to have him. And I needed my mom's voice in the back of my head, and I didn't know that that was going to be very literal when I really had to talk to my mom to finish that race. I had Laura's concentration, because Laura, you are brilliant, and you can keep focus. Becky, I had your attention to detail, because there were a lot of things that had to come together for this to work. Shannon, your prayerful mind, because God and I have never been so close, and I think that you're a good example of that. Kelly, who has to live with me all the time. Kelly, who has to put up with all of me that is crazy. Kelly, who got me my first marathon ring. Kelly, you are the most determined woman in the whole world. And by far the best example of persistence and perseverance I have ever had. Lady, you're incredible, and I hope you know someday. Kelly surprised me at the finish line. She had 3 kids with her, 1 on her shoulders, 2 in the stroller. She had them all dressed up in superhero clothes, and if you know me, you know how much that means to me. And that's just Kelly. So Kelly, thank you. I needed that. David, your cool-headedness, because let me tell you, you know how angry I get, and knowing that how calm you can be, that helped me. Molly, your encouraging heart, and Joey, your fun-loving attitude. Because buddy, at mile 15, that sucks. You're gonna need something to be funny, and I think I got to build that off from you. Everyone else, Carolyn, Sadie, Cassie, Janelle, Christine, Dionysus, Jamie, Tracy, everyone. Zach, like, I can't even, I'm sorry, the list is a million things long. All you Northwestern girls, all you Point Loma girls, all you Serrano girls, all you Rush girls, my lovely old family of Rush girls, everyone, my small group, you women are incredible. They were there at mile 16.87. I will never forget that, girls. You got me through it. I love you. What I did on Sunday, that wasn't possible without you, and I don't pretend that it was. All of you guys. It was all God's grace, and it was all what God did for me by giving me you. I need words, and you guys have all given me so many lovely things. You've said and done and supported me. I'll never forget it. And not for a second do I believe I did this all on my own. Not even a fifth of it on my own. I ran, that's all I did. But the mental game, the spiritual game, like the heartbreaking everything, you guys did all of that. So thank you. It's all this running was devoted to you. All of this pain, all of these tears, all of the physical therapy, the hours and millions of minutes and miles and everything. Thank you from the bottom of my heart. My soccer girls, oh, I don't forget you, the ones that I coached, girls. You were really inspiring to me too. Oh, Grijalva, thank you for helping me train for this, and thank you for your words of wisdom, because I think that you taught me what perseverance meant. And lastly, to anyone else, just to recap, in less than a year, I went from running 0.25 miles to running a marathon after a massive hip injury and an experimental hip surgery. I get to keep, where'd it go? I get to keep this shiny gold medal that says that I'm a marathon completer because of everything you guys all did. It's not because of me. I want to leave you with 2 Corinthians 12:9. But he said to me, "My grace is sufficient for you, for my power is made perfect in your weakness." Well, I was weak. I was very weak, and not just my body, my mind and my spirit. But because of this year being the best year of my life, not the easiest, since injuries, I've had straight 4.0 since I got hurt and came and lived out here. I will graduate with a 3.98, I think. I got to have an amazing internship. I have 2 awesome jobs. I have these babies that I get to take care of all the time that are wonderful. I'm happy, and these are genuine smiles and genuine tears. I'm better today because I got hurt, and I'm better today because you guys helped me and lifted me up, and I'm better today because of all of this stuff that God had planned. So thank you from the bottom of my heart. I will never be able to thank any of you enough, and I love you so much. Thanks again for everything.